Cats are moving onto Bluey's street. Bandit is going to have a nasty fight with the new neighbor. And Judo has disappeared. The Healer family's first movie in theaters is promising plenty of chaos and even more fun. And look, today's video is amazing, so stay right there. Villain. We were right! For the past few months, we've been saying that the new Bluey movie is going to have a villain. And guess who was right? Our channel! Recent leaks, which Ludo Studio had taken down but we're going to tell you about, show that the new characters are cats. That's right, felines moving into a neighborhood full of dogs. And what does that have to do with villains? Everything. Dogs and cats don't usually get along very well, and now Bluey is going to have to face the new neighbor's daughters. It's a little sad to say that we don't have the images because they have pretty much disappeared from the internet, but we are allowed to tell you that two very cute little kittens are going to move in next door to the Healers. It would be a shame if one of those kittens turned out to be a super mean character who decided to make Bluey's life difficult by stealing her toys, meowing on her roof at night, cats do that, or, who knows, using that sandbox in the Healer family's backyard for something other than playing. Let's take a look at that sandbox so you can see how it could work as a bathroom for cats. Poor Bluey, difficult days are coming. But stay right there because we have so much more to show you about this movie.
It's time to have fun with us in another Cinewave.
Bandit. You know that Bandit doesn't like cats one bit, right? When I say that, doesn't any memory pop into your head? Then let's go back to the episode Turtle Boy, where he makes a pretty rude comment about cats. Right at the beginning of the episode, as we're about to show you, Bingo is watching a television show featuring cats riding motorcycles. This already proves that felines exist. But it's in this exact scene that we see him question whether cats should even be allowed to ride motorcycles. Now, there's a super interesting detail in this same scene. Pause the video right when Bandit walks into the room and looks at the television. The image on the screen shows 3 cats and a dog tied to a tree, which means it's a show that portrays dogs as the villains. And this is one of the reasons Mr. Healer is going to have a nasty fight with the new neighbors, who happen to be felines. There's another important detail in this story. In Bluey's story about archaeology, Bandit shows the opposite situation, where a dog is holding a cat that he hunted and probably defeated in a fight. These two images make it clear that Mr. Healer doesn't like cats in the same way that cats don't like dogs. Try to imagine the mess it's going to be when they live right next door to each other in the upcoming movie. And judging by the leaked images, which unfortunately we can't show you, a new family is going to move into the house next to the Healers. Do you understand why this has such a huge chance of turning into major chaos? But the next detail is going to leave you wondering. Judo. It looks like Judo has disappeared from the new movie. Yes, it's true. Ludo Studio, which created the series and is responsible for the upcoming movie, managed to make the leaked images disappear. But trust us, there's one detail in those images that has everyone suspicious about what could happen. Apparently, the leaked characters were shown in pairs, something like Muffin and Socks, Pat and Lucky, characters who belong to the same family, you understand. But everyone who saw Wendy's image became suspicious about one thing. Little Judo didn't appear. And does that make any sense to you? The two are always together because they are mother and daughter. In the episode Dirty, it becomes very clear how much they depend on each other. Let's watch the scene where they're sitting on the steps, talking about how they should behave. It's a super emotional scene. One can't live without the other. And you know that here on the channel, we've already come up with several theories about where the little dog's father could be. It's very suspicious that the leaked characters appeared in pairs belonging to the same families, while Wendy appeared alone, without her daughter. Does this mean Bluey's neighbor is out of the movie? That leads us to an even darker theory that we're going to tell you about now. Would you like to live next door to Bluey's house? Comment with the hashtag Bluey so we can get to know you. Moving. One of Bluey's neighbors is moving away. That's because a house needs to be empty to make room for the new family of cats that is going to live there. But which one of them is leaving forever? We have a few suspects. Go back and watch the episode Fairies. During the scene where Bandit is dancing, you'll see that there's a blue house next to the Healer's home. That's where Judo and Wendy live. We know this because it's the same house where the two characters are sitting and talking. Now, in the episode Bin Nye, we learn that the neighbor on the other side is Doreen, the elderly lady who was selling the Granny Mobile. In the garbage scene that we're going to show you, her house appears on the other side, meaning Bluey's house is in the middle. Now, you know who owns the house in the back, right? It belongs to Lucky, Pat's son. We know this because Lucky is always accidentally sending his ball into the healer's backyard. In other words, one of these three families is going to leave, and if Judo didn't appear in the leaked images, does that mean her family is the one that's out? Not so fast! The truth is that the neighbor on the left, Mrs. Doreen, is a character who doesn't appear very often in the show, and honestly, she isn't that important to the story. Now, pay attention to this detail. Doreen appears in the leaked images, the ones we can't show because otherwise some important people are going to get extremely angry. Why is she in the movie if she isn't a central character in the story? We have the answer, and it's more exciting than you might think. But you understand why our bet is on the elderly lady who lives next door moving away, and not Judo's family or Lucky's family, right? They are major characters in the show. There's no way they could simply disappear. What could be coming next? Neighbors. The entire movie is going to take place on Bluey's street, and it's going to be about the arrival of some new neighbors. We aren't going to see the little dog's school or any other location from the series, and that is almost completely certain. You know you can trust our channel after all this time that we've been making videos for you. Now, because we have to be careful with the leaked images, we're going to tell you an important detail from them that proves what we're saying. The characters who appear in the pictures are Lucky's family, the main family, Stripe, who is Bandit's brother, along with his daughters, the cats, and Bluey's two neighbors, Wendy and Doreen. All of these characters live next door to Bluey's house, or very close to it. There are no leaks featuring Calypso, the beach, or any of the other students from the school. Where is Chloe? What about Mackenzie or Rusty? This is a very important point about the leaked images because the fact that no channel is showing them to you online is proof that they're all real. If the only leaked characters are the ones who live next door to Bluey, then that means this location is going to be the main setting of the story. But what do you think about that? Peppa! You know that this new Bluey movie has everything to do with Peppa Pig, and that it's because of Peppa that Ludo Studios is bringing Bluey to movie theaters, right? Images from the new movie starring the Little Pink Pig, which will be released in August of this year, have already come out, and they show Peppa's brand new look. The poster makes it very clear that starting this year, Peppa will be in 3D animation, meaning she'll have more details and be more colorful, making the characters look real. The list of today's most important animated series includes shows you definitely watch: Bluey, Paw Patrol, Masha and the Bear, and of course, Peppa Pig. But the little dog and the little pig are constantly competing for the #1 spot. When Peppa Pig announced that she was making a 3D movie, Bluey did the same thing. That's why we're jumping for joy knowing that these two movies are in development. If one franchise evolves, the other one can't fall behind. That's why the poster showing Peppa's new design has everything to do with the Little Dogs animated movie coming to theaters. But was it really a good idea? Let's talk a little about that. But first, an important question.
Want to keep having fun with us? Then subscribe and turn on the notification bell.
3D. This movie is even more important because it's going to be made in 3D. For a while now, the series has been preparing us to think of the characters as real and not just as cartoons. Take a look at the images from Bluey's stage show. That was the first step in the creator's plan to turn this series into something more realistic. And besides that, Bluey's official online channel even built a real-life version of the character's house. All of this proves that the entire Bluey franchise is changing. The cartoons, and who knows, maybe even an entire future season could be made in 3D. Will the new movie have an impact on the show's 4th season? After all, they're adding cats to the story. Did this change convince you? The next images will show you what we think. Animals. Yes, we know what you're thinking. Cats have never appeared, and whenever someone talked about them, those characters were treated only as regular animals. Yes, that's true, but that's a misconception about the show, and the movie is even better because it's going to correct that misconception. In the episode Copycat, take a look at the scene where Bluey finds an injured little bird. In that scene, Bandit thinks a cat was the one that hurt the bird, and there's a poster at the entrance to the veterinarian's office. Pause the episode at that moment so you can see it for yourself. The poster shows a cat as a regular animal and not as a person. But as we already showed you today, we're going to tell you once again that in the episode Turtle Boy, the series already showed that cats aren't just regular animals. They behave like people. So does that mean they hurt little birds? Well, we don't know, because Bandit was the one who said they did it, but he could be wrong. What we know for sure is that the movie is going to be perfect because it should answer one of the biggest mysteries in the show: release. You're going to have to wait until August 6th of next year to watch the movie, meaning there's already an official release date according to Disney's official website, but you won't have to wait that long to discover more news about it. We know this because the leaks came out last month, so the official announcement shouldn't take much longer. What we know for sure is that it's going to be one of the best movies of next year, and that Bluey will continue for a very long time. We're going to wrap things up here, but the fun never ends.
The next step is right in front of you. 2 fun-filled videos waiting for your click. Thanks, and see you soon.